354 positive cases recorded at 3 immigration detention centres. Only 10 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. Good evening, I'm Azlan Yadani and you're watching a News on 2. Indonesia, Nepal and Bangladesh have agreed to Malaysia's proposal to deport back illegal immigrants who tested negative for COVID-19 to their countries of origin. Senior Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob during his daily press meet said the Foreign Affairs Ministry will discuss with its counterparts in the 3 countries and also with its embassies in Malaysia to finalise the deportation process.
Negara tersebut adalah Indonesia yang bersetuju, Nepal dan juga Bangladesh yang mengatakan persetujuan mereka dengan cadangan kerajaan kita untuk menghantar pulang rakyat mereka yang berstatus negatif.
The senior minister also disclosed that up to 354 positive COVID-19 cases have been recorded among illegal immigrants at 3 immigration detention centres at Bukit Jalil, Semenyih and Sepang to date. He said as at yesterday, 305 cases were detected at Bukit Jalil depot, while the Semenyih centre recorded 45 cases and Sepang recorded 4. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said the result was based on swab tests conducted on up to 4,399 legal immigrants housed at the 3 depots. Only 13 individuals are still awaiting their test results.
Parti, pegawai dan kaki tangan depo tahanan yang terbabit juga dibuat saringan swab test. Termasuklah mereka yang ada kaitan dengan depo seperti pembekal makanan dan sebagainya juga disaring. Kita telah pun menyaring seramai 353 kaki tangan dan mereka yang berkaitan di 3 pusat depo yang saya sebutkan tadi, depo pusat tahanan yang sebutkan tadi, dan didapati 1 kaki tangan didapati positif. Yang lain semuanya adalah negatif.
He said those infected have already been sent for treatment. Datuk Seri Ismail also said since the Malaysia Agro Exposition Park Serdang Maeb's Quarantine and Treatment Centre was open, 370 illegal immigrants have received treatment there, with 16 discharged. Meanwhile, Selangor remains as the highest interstate travel offenders with 514 vehicles ordered to turn back. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said a total of 842 vehicles had attempted to cross the state borders yesterday, slightly more than 824 the day before. A total of 194,813 vehicles were checked at 150 roadblocks carried out nationwide. The senior minister also called on Malaysians to show respect to all frontline workers, including those without arresting powers. He said even though they have no power to make an arrest, this did not mean the public should ignore their advice.
Apa yang rela lakukan, apa yang APM lakukan, apa yang kita nak supaya pemimpin komuniti lakukan adalah untuk menjaga kebajikan dan kesihatan mereka dan seluruh keluarga mereka dan masyarakat di sekitar mereka. Jadi anggaplah apa yang dilakukan oleh Rela, APM dan lain-lain adalah untuk kepentingan mereka. Jadi kalau boleh, tidak semestinya kepada polis, semua yang menjaga kebajikan kita perlulah kita patuhi, perlulah rakyat patuhi.
Only 10 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in the last 24 hours, bringing the tally to 7,629 nationwide. No fatalities from the virus was reported to the Crisis Preparedness and Response Centre, CPRC, as at noon today, keeping the death toll at 115. Health Director General Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said the new cases are all local transmissions, with 5 involving foreign nationals.
Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia ingin memaklumkan bahawa terdapat 86 kes yang telah pulih dan dibenarkan discharge pada hari ini. Ini menjadikan jumlah cumulative case yang telah pulih sepenuhnya daripada jangkitan COVID-19 dan telah dibenarkan discharge daripada ward adalah sebanyak 6,169 kes, iaitu bersamaan dengan 80.9% daripada jumlah keseluruhan kes.
He added a total of 1,345 are still being treated, with 8 in the intensive care unit, including 4 requiring respiratory assistance. A total of 174 non-Muslim houses of worship have been allowed to resume operations from 10 June according to the standard operating procedure for houses of worship in green zones. The Ministry of National Unity, in a statement issued today, said their applications were approved according to the requirements of the SOPs, such as the maximum number of 30 attendees, subject to the size of the premises. The ministry said the approval for the operations was given at the special ministerial meeting on the implementation of the Movement Control Order on 21st May. The ministry wants to remind that only houses of worship which have been approved are allowed to operate on the days and times permitted, beginning 10th of June. These include the houses of worship under Fo Guangshan, titular Roman Catholic Archbishop of Kuala Lumpur, National Evangelical Christian Fellowship Malaysia, Malaysia Hindu Sangam, the Malaysian Gurdwaras Council, and the Federation of Taoist Associations Malaysia. The statement also said the approval for other houses of worship to open must be applied through their respective religious bodies and forwarded to the Ministry of National Unity according to the procedure set after 10th of June. Meanwhile, marriage ceremonies in temples, churches, and premises of religious associations are postponed until 31st July this year, 2020, in accordance with the letter of the head of national registration dated 12th of May. 10 secondary school students were among 27 people slapped with compounds totaling 27,000 ringgit for defying the Conditional Movement Control Order CMCO in Kampong Bukit Pak Kuning, Kuala Ketil, Kedah yesterday evening. All of them were caught while gathering and participating in illegal motorcycle racing activities in the area. Baling District Police Chief Superintendent Syed Basri Syed Ali said the students aged between 14 and 26 were found sitting and gathering on their motorcycles without observing social distancing. They also admitted to have participated in illegal racing activities. Apart from compounds, police also issued 56 traffic summonses for various offences and also seized 37 motorcycles for further investigation. One of the motorcycles was reported missing in Kupang. The Inland Revenue Board, IRB, has set Sunday, 31st May, as the last date for the submission of the appeals for the Bantuan Perhatian Nasional (BPN) Cash Aid. The appeal can be made by submitting supporting documents to any IRB branches or by email to rayuanbpn@hasil.gov.my. In a statement today, IRB said applicants may refer to the list of frequently asked questions on BPN's official portal for further information. Inquiries or feedback can be made by calling the IRB's care line, Hasil Live Chat, or IRB social media. An estimated 8.3 million recipients have been approved to receive the financial aid in the first phase, with a total allocation of 9.3 billion ringgit, while a total of 2.3 million new BPN applications and appeals have been approved so far, with a financial implication of 1.7 billion ringgit. The body of the last of three brothers who drowned in Sungai Terengganu near Kampung Kuala Telemong was recovered at 12:40 p.m. today. Terengganu Fire and Rescue Department Director Muhammad Hilman Abdul Rashid said the body of Khalif Naim Muhammad, 16, was found 170 meters from the location. Earlier, the body of Umar Iskandar, 21, was recovered at 9:50 a.m. on the riverbed 100 meters from the location, while that of Khairil Firdaus Muhammad, 17, was found at 11:36 a.m. All victims were said to have gone to the river, which was only 200 meters from their house at 6 p.m. yesterday. The father of the three brothers, Muhammad Ismail, 64, a Tenaga Nasional Berhad retiree, said the incident was believed to have occurred when his sixth child, Khalif Naim, was drowning and Khairil Firdaus jumped to try and save him, followed by Umar Iskandar. The father of 8 said there was no obvious change in the behavior of the boys during the last few days, except that they wanted to take a photograph with him on the first day of Raya, all wearing baju Melayu of the same colour. Coming up next, Malaysia's chair's first ever fully virtual APEC senior officials meeting.
Di samping didikan, minda yang berkembang memerlukan nutrisi yang baik.
Selepas saya lahir, doktor telah berikan saya vaksin BCG dan hepatitis B. Semasa saya 2 bulan, ibu telah membawa saya ke klinik untuk mendapatkan vaksin 5 serangkai. Dos kedua ketika saya 3 bulan dan dos ketiga pada usia 5 bulan. Untuk vaksin MMR pula, saya akan ambil sebanyak 2 kali ketika 9 bulan dan setahun. Bila saya mencecah 18 bulan, ibu jangan lupa untuk dapatkan vaksin booster 5 serangkai saya ya. Seronok rasanya dapat membesar dengan sihat.
Welcome back to News on 2. Malaysia has successfully chaired the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation APEC Virtual Extraordinary Senior Officials Meeting VESOM on COVID-19 in a 4-hour meeting which began 7 p.m. yesterday. The VESOM brought together 21 APEC economies from 8 different time zones into a single virtual platform. APEC 2020 National Secretariat in a statement today said the participation includes all APEC economies, the APEC Business Advisory Council, ABAC, as well as selected observers from international and regional organizations. The VESOM deliberated on 5 proposals encompassing a possible platform for information exchange on the policy responses to the COVID-19 crisis, 2 separate proposals on possible ways to facilitate the flow of essential goods during this time of crisis. The other proposal is that creation of a sub-fund for APEC-wide cooperation to combat COVID-19 and navigate the region towards a path of economic recovery, and guidance and directions for the APEC bodies to continue their future work during this uncertain time. The Secretariat said out of these proposals, 3 originated from Malaysia. All 5 proposals garnered constructive comments from the economies, and further discussions on these proposals are expected to be undertaken at the relevant APEC bodies. The statement also said preparations are already underway for Malaysia to chair another VESOM and a virtual MRT meeting in late June 2020, adding that this is the second time Malaysia is serving as APEC chair after 1998. The Malaysian Employers Federation (MEF) has expressed hope that the government will channel allocation to employers to carry out medical checkups on their foreign workers. Its Chief Executive Director, Datuk Shamsuddin Bardan, said this is due to the fact that the cost of a medical checkup is costly, which would burden employers who are already affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Jika majikan diminta untuk menanggung kos saringan COVID-19 terhadap pekerja asing mereka, ianya akan melibatkan kos sehingga RM1 bilion, dan sebab itulah MEF meminta pihak kerajaan untuk menanggung kos berkenaan, dan SOKSO telah tampil untuk bersedia menanggung kos saringan berkenaan.
Datuk Shamsuddin also welcomed the move by the government to set the guideline where employers would need to take care of their immigrant workers' welfare in efforts to break the chain of the spread of COVID-19. Previously, Senior Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob announced that employers would need to partially bear the cost of COVID-19 tests for foreign workers together with the Social Security Organisation, SOKSO. The Sungai Selisik Water Treatment Plant was forced to cease operations at 11:45 p.m. yesterday due to raw water pollution following a crash involving a tanker lorry which caused diesel spill at kilometre 389.5 of the North-South Highway near Behrang, Selangor. Pengurusan Air Selangor Sdn Bhd Air Selangor said the closure of the plant's operations has caused unscheduled water disruptions in 8 areas in Ulu Selangor district, affecting 742 user accounts. In a statement released today, Air Selangor said together with Lembaga Urus Air Selangor, LUAS, National Water Service Commission, SPAN and Perak Department of Environment, it had taken quick action by setting up an oil boom at the water treatment plant intake. Air Selangor also said they had also mobilised water tanks to the areas involved to distribute emergency water supply to affected users. Updates on the water supply to the affected areas will be made available at all Air Selangor's communication platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and website www.airselangor.com. That concludes this evening News on 2. In our top story, only 10 new cases reported in the last 24 hours with no fatalities. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates on the latest happenings around the world. I'm Azlani Adani. Stay tuned to TV2 and have a pleasant evening.